Hey everyone, welcome back to another Hump Day with theREP. If you do enjoy today's episode, please go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get the notification so you know every time we post. We're going to continue to put out great content to try and help you grow your small business. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to be continuing on with what Lauren talked about last week with guidelines and understanding as you're posting on these social medias, knowing that what you're posting is following their community guidelines and making sure you're reading those and understanding, because there are times that with content, especially with imagery, imagery, video, graphics, anything like that, also has guidelines based from the social media that you're posting on. Now, Facebook could be different than Twitter, and Twitter can be different than LinkedIn with all of their guidelines. So it's very important to understand what each social media is putting out for the imagery, graphics, and video that you can put up. For example, we work with a land broker client, and we had an issue that we had no idea about until we got a notification from Facebook saying that you need to add this onto your post, or else it's not going to be able to be shared out for an ad. Now, it's not like we were posting anything negative or anything that had graphic imagery or anything like that. We were just posting an image of land saying, hey, come buy from us, basically. And what we didn't realize is we had to put a equal housing opportunity logo within the graphic that we were posting, or else it's not going to be able to be shared out as an ad. Now, we didn't know that because we hadn't read the community guidelines based off of what you need to put out for putting out land. Now, don't get me wrong, we've read the guidelines, but that is something very specific that you should go look at whenever you're posting a specific type of content. Now, along those lines with guidelines, I'm going to be talking about image sizing and guidelines for what you should make your images when posting content on your social medias. Now, I'm sure everyone who's watching this video has had issues with a small business social media or anything like that, that whenever you went to post an image, it just didn't fit right. Whether that was on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, any of those, if it's not the right size, you're going to have issues getting exactly what you want to fit. Now, if we come over here, I pulled up just a couple examples of what you can Google all of this information, right? So I just Googled Facebook cover photo image size. And first thing, this is the first link that I found. It comes from Adobe Spark, so a very reputable source, right? And it just it says the ideal image size for your Facebook cover photo is 851 by 315 pixels. Now, I know not everyone is understanding of, well, how do I make an image 851 pixels by 315 pixels? Well, there are a couple different ways that you can go about this. If you have access to a program like Adobe Photoshop, for example, all you have to do is open the program that you're running on, come over, and whenever you go in and you hit New Document, this is the box that'll pop up when we hit New Document. You come in here, and basically over here, there's a tab that says Preset Details. And you can title it whatever you want to. I'm just going to leave it as untitled. And then you come over here, and you just type in 815, and I believe it was right around 371 is what it said. Now, a lot of this other stuff you can just leave as is, because that gets into a lot more designer style things within the resolution, your pixels per inch, the color mode, whether it's CMYK, RGB mode, 8-bit, 16-bit, a lot of those things, background color. But the basis of it is getting that width and height correct to fit properly within whatever social media you want to use. Now, coming back over here, there's obviously different sizes depending on what you want to do, and understanding what you need to do for each type of image is the key. Because, for example, right here you have 1, you have 2, 3, and 4 different types of Facebook cover photos sizes that you can use just from this one website. And that's these are the normal sizes. I've seen these a lot. These are what I use when I'm making Facebook cover photos. And then, for example, you come over to Instagram. Now, whenever I Googled Instagram, because obviously it is a complete image video based social media. So you're not just posting words or anything like that. Every time you post, you're making some form of graphic, image, video known. And you have all these different types of what Instagram says that you can post, from landscape, square, portrait. For your video posts, you have 1.91 by 1, you have 4 by 5, and then on your Instagram stories, again, you have 1.91 by 1, then you have 9 by 16. Your Instagram TV, if you're posting those, and then your Instagram live reels. So all of these things can have different types of requirements. For example, let's just go back up here to the Instagram photo post, right? So landscape, you want it to be right around 1080 by 608. And landscape is just basically, if you're looking at your monitor, it's that 16 by 9 ratio, right? And then you have the square, 1 by 1, 1080 by 1080, and then you have your 4 by 5, which is basically it's gonna be longer vertically than horizontally. Now, the big thing in understanding with this is what type of content you're posting and understanding the guidelines for what you're trying to accomplish, right? So if you're trying to put out some type of content that you need more horizontal space, you need vertical space, then looking at this guideline saying 1080 by 608, okay, so that's what I want my content to be, right? And then vice versa, if you need more vertical space than a horizontal space, make it 1080 by 1350 if you're posting on Instagram. And this kind of content, all these guidelines, you can easily Google, find, and make sure. But the biggest thing is going and finding the information, exactly what Lauren was talking about last week. Go read the guidelines, find out for yourself. Don't just make a post, find a photo or anything like that, and then just try and throw it up there. Right, because most time you're gonna have to crop it in a way that you're missing some of the content, missing part of the photo. Make it so you can actually get the whole graphic, get the whole experience in there for people, because it's really important to have that. Whether it's, like I said, from photos, videos, stories, and this isn't just for Facebook and Instagram. I use these as examples. This is also for LinkedIn, for Twitter, if you use those as well, and just making sure that you're following the guidelines and getting those correctly, or else you're going to lose out on a lot of content. So I really hope this was good information for you. Again, if you enjoy this type of content, please go subscribe, like the video, turn on notifications so you can get more of our videos coming out. We have great stuff coming out with tips from TTO with Megan Wallner from the tax office. We have Dr. Elizabeth Crumball from Livable Chiropractic giving great health and wellness tips, especially in this time of year. Not getting a lot of vitamin D, a lot of vitamins in your body, things like that. We had a lot of great stuff coming out from her. And then we also have me and Lauren getting you a lot of information based off small businesses, what you're trying to do with brand marketing, content creation. Obviously, our focus right now is in the brand marketing side of things. And then later in the year, we're going to get into a little bit more content creation side of things. So if you're looking forward to that kind of stuff, please tune in. Make sure you got those notifications turned on so you know when we get to those things. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again next week.